I saw him on a TV show. I didn't know who he was. I didn't know his name. I didn't know anything. And he started to sing The Lonesome Death of Hattie Carroll, and it knocks your socks off because now you have a poet. He may have a guitar in his hand. He may have the instrument, the music, but the lyrics was poetry. And he had to be very brave, because if you say things like that in 1963, you could get shot. All the good photographers are different. Yes, they all have a little thread that runs through them all, but mostly they're all different. I've met so many brilliant, great photographers who have their own personality, their own thing, their own shtick, their own way they do it. I don't think there's a real answer to that. I think it's whether you're a photographer or a tinsmith or whatever, each personality is a little different, and maybe that's the most important part. Maybe the fact that there is a difference makes it meaningful. Well, I asked someone who his manager was, and I called the manager's office and I said, I'd like to photograph Bob Dylan for an hour. And they told me to get lost. This went on for 6 months. I called all the time. I wrote. I just wouldn't take no for an answer. One night I called when his manager picked up the phone, because the secretary was already gone. And he knew me at that point from my letters and my writing. And he said, come up to Woodstock next Thursday, I'll give you an hour. Call my secretary, she'll work it out. And that's how it started. So I went up to Woodstock, and the hour became 5 or 6 hours. And I made about 24, 11, 14 prints. I went up to his New York office 2 or 3 weeks later and laid out my prints on a conference table, and he and his manager walked around the table, looked at the pictures, and then Bob stopped next to me and said, I'm going to Philadelphia next week. Do you want to come?